On this episode, you are going to see a collection of reactions from 5 episodes of Loki coming up next. Oh snap! Oh wow! He said it sounds dumb. Are we actually getting Mephisto? Man, this looks like it's going to be a really dope series. It's amazing to see the power. Like, they really demonstrated the otherworldliness and the power of the, time variance world, Crazy that moment when you see the Tesseract and he's like, all right, finally, I got this Tesseract, this thing that I've been chasing down, this thing that is so powerful. And then it's sitting in a drawer amongst all these Infinity Stones that are also uber powerful. And it's like they are paperweights for everybody in this realm. This will be interesting to see how this, interacts with Eternals that's to come out later. Because the understanding is that these Eternals are these, super powerful. I love, however, that they're tiptoeing around freedom, free will versus fate, and what is predetermined, and the understanding there's a larger story that actually you yourself aren't really writing. It was one of the things that he said. He said, my choice is my own. Marvel, like, through these series, at least, I don't know, what we'll see in the new films, but through these series, they're really going deep. Like, there is a therapeutic vibe for this, and maybe that's like related to COVID and knowing that like everyone kind of needs a little bit more mental health attention. But like, there was like real deep conversation and concepts in the therapeutic world in WandaVision, talking about grief, and you hear the concepts of love, grief being love, persevering, and like that was really deep, and the deep conversations they had regarding like loss and letting go. And then it even got deeper in Falcon and Winter Soldier, where you've got the identity issues, and you got Winter Soldier who finally gets real in that jail cell. And then now you've got already in episode 1 Loki getting real and like sharing the truth in that nice little 40-minute journey or whatever it was. He finally gets to what's true about him. And like, I thought that was a real quick jump for him, and an emotional roller coaster, an emotional journey he took in this first episode, where he's getting to the reality of like, he doesn't want to be that guy. And like, there's the humanity and the softer side. And it's like, wow, man, we're really gonna go there and unearth what's beneath these superficial characters, these superheroes. So it's getting super deep, and I am ready for the journey. Are you guys? Here we go. This is great. Loki's getting a job? Oh, this is so deep. He just said it like, oh yeah, we gonna disintegrate you if you don't. And I will say, I don't know what to say. It's rare that I am found speechless. I need to watch that again, but I probably won't. What did you think? Like, put in the comments below your responses, your reactions to it. I don't think that the timekeepers are actually real. I think maybe they were at one point, but truly, I feel like they were just a created myth. One thing that I find interesting, and I've found this interesting ever since Avengers, that the Loki that we see, Tom Hiddleston's Loki, he sucks. Not like as a character, like he's a really cool, interesting character, but like his powers kind of whack. Like he keeps demonstrating that he's way not what we think he is. He loses rather consistently. I mean, he can be kind of helpful. I mean, now I don't want to get all sorts of hate in the comments here, but he's kind of like a Hawkeye, where it's like, oh yeah, you can kind of do some things, but like, you're no Thor. What the heck? Ooh. Ooh. He legit got thrown out the window? Oh. That was an interesting episode. We met Sylvie, We got to hear a bit more of the vulnerability of both Loki and Sylvie's characters and what they really feel, and kind of their stories. What I think is real interesting to me is as I was talking actually on a podcast. Well, actually, we didn't air that episode. We had a conversation, a buddy of mine, about Loki's de-evolution. And I don't know if I mentioned it in the previous episode, but he keeps seeming really weak sauce. But this episode, he actually demonstrated more power, more strength. We see his fighting more. He seems less like a little punk kid who's got some tricks, and more like maybe somebody who might actually be formidable, given the right scenario. So I'd love to see that continue to be developed. You know what? So this might sound weird since she's another Loki, but I think it'd be kind of cool to see Loki develop a bit of a love interest with Sylvie, because I'm not sure what else they really got planned for her. So I think that'd be kind of an interesting thing. And I know I'm not really a big guy on turning Marvel movies into romance ones, but it would be cool to kind of see him have a slight bit of a romance there. We've seen that with Cap's character. We saw it with Thor's character. So, and there was flirtation with the Widow, Black Widow, and Hulk. So I don't know. I think that'd be kind of interesting to see Loki with Loki, and I think it'd be perfect because Loki has only demonstrated love for one thing, himself. So this works in a weird kind of interdimensional way. The last thing I'll mention is it'll be real interesting to see the implications of the fact that none of the people that work in the TVA realized that they all were variants that were found at some point. They were all like variations of themselves from other locations and brought to work at this organization, and they all think that they were raised up there. So you can already see this bit of mythology and legend telling that they're feeding everybody there, which makes it not a stretch that the timekeepers are false. Dang. Oh snap, are the timekeepers real? I knew it. Oh snap! Oh, did they really just do that? No, I don't accept that. So we called a couple of things with this. We called the fact that those freaking timekeepers were not real. We called the fact that Loki was getting them feelings, catching them feelings, and that it would make sense in a way because he is absolutely a narcissist and can only love himself. And his fear of being alone. I thought that was actually really deep. I am so pumped by this episode. I love that B-15 came around, like her being the most hardcore against all variants, and I'm loving the potentiality that Mobius isn't dead. I mean, I don't see any way that they killed Owen Wilson already, but maybe. And I'd love to see him, find his way back in the same way that Loki has found his way. So now, where the heck is he right now? Like, did that send him to some other sort of weird, like, universe? Is that like variant purgatory? Where you meet up with all of the other pruned versions of yourself? Well, I don't know. What about you guys? What are you thinking about? What are you interested in seeing in the next episodes? Where do you think they're going with this? I don't really know. I definitely am getting the sense, and I even thought that going into this when I heard it was a time variance, right? That they're building up for Doctor Strange 2 and the multiverse. I don't know how this is going to play into Black Widow, which I'm super pumped about, comes out pretty soon. And I don't know how this is going to play into Shang-Chi. But I really am curious to see, even if this plays into Spider-Man and the fact that we've heard that there's going to be multiple Spider-Mans showing up in that one that are kind of like in the same way like the multiple Lokis here. What? Oh, snap. What? What was that? Oh, yeah.
This feels like it's moving fast to be at episode 5. Are there only 6 episodes in this show? Because this is feeling like it's approaching a finale. Not quite there yet. Wow, you guys. So, that was super dope. It's crazy to see how Loki is really becoming human, you know? Like, I used to really be upset by that and like feel like, man, Loki used to be so hardcore when we first saw him in Avengers, and then was just like, you know, I want to see some of that fierce Loki again. But now he's gone like hard in the other direction, like, you know, trying to motivate people, like hugging people, demonstrating love and like self-sacrifice. They took his arc and they just really like expanded it and turned it into something, I don't know, real human and substantial. I'm impressed. And I dug the episode. Like I said, I had a problem with, you know, having the one black character and then killing him off right away. I didn't say killing him off, but, you know, he was the bad guy, the villain. But I also can get sensitive about that stuff, so whatever. I'd love to see that young man, Loki, show up in other parts of the MCU. Maybe see him grow up. I think that would be pretty cool.
Well, there you have it. That is my recap of reaction and reviews from the first 5 episodes of Loki. I'm loving the show, and I can't wait for the next episode, and we're going to do something different. I know I said I was going to get you ready for it, but you know what? I want to make it a surprise. We're going to try to release it as soon as possible, right after the episode comes out. So maybe later on Wednesday, be looking for that video. I want to ask, this is a big ask here. If you're watching this before Wednesday, wait to watch the episode. I know, like, that's crazy. I usually get up and watch it early, but I want you to try this. At least some of you guys try this. Watch it with me, because the episode that I record is going to be a great companion while you watch the episode. I guess I'm already telling you, but we'll leave the rest a mystery. Well, hopefully I will see you back here on the next episode on Free to Play Entertainment, where we help you live with conviction, play with passion, and faithfully have fun. Peace.